Hey guys, welcome to another video. I know I haven't posted in a while and I really want to start posting. I really do, but I just don't know what to post and how and how long I should make the videos. So, yeah. Today I wanted to kind of tell you what I've been reading this year, which has not been a lot, I suppose. 12 books. So first, let's start with January. Obviously, I read 3 books in January. First, I read Written in the Stars, which was an amazing book. It was about 2 girls. It's a lesbian romance, and I loved it. Elle is really into stars and astronomy and that, and Darcy isn't, but yeah, together it's just a beautiful story. I love it. Then I read Flawless, which is a cowboy romance. I don't remember much of it, but that's fine. I think it's about summer. And and this is book 1 in I don't what's this? In Chestnut Spring. It is the first book in Chestnut Springs series. Then as the last book that I read in January, I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which, if you have been watching my videos for a while, you'll know that I already read the book, which is true, but I read it in the American version, and now I've read it in the British version. Yeah, it's basically a thriller, I guess, where in this little town, called Little Kilton, maybe? I don't remember. There was a murder a few years ago, and the blame was put on Sal Singe. And that wasn't true, and Pip always knew that wasn't true. So then she teams up. Wait, no. No, it was blamed on Sal. So then Pip teams up with Sal's little brother, Ravy, and then they uncover his secrets and uncover what actually happened in Little Kilton and what actually happened. Then in February, I read like 7 books or something. It was eventually vacation, and I was just reading like a book daily. So that was insane. I put the books here because I am not carrying all of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books. I read 7 books in February, and I want to read 50 books this year. And I've already read 12 technically, but we're gonna say 10. So the first book is Het Achterhuis van Anne Frank. You've probably heard of it, but I read it. This is a Dutch copy, but it's basically the Diary of Anne Frank. Then, as the second book, I read Heartless, which is about Cade and Willa, I think. Yeah, Cade and Willa. And it's basically, Willa starts working as Cade's nanny, and then a romance blossoms. I really liked the book. And yeah. Then I read Good Girl, Bad Blood, which is the second book of the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, which would have been a trilogy, but 4 books, so it's not a trilogy anymore. And this is about... What is this one about? What's this book about? Good Girl, Bad Blood. What happens in this one? Oh, yes. Pip's friend's brother, Jamie, goes missing. and now she has to figure out where he is, and it ends up being a really traumatic experience because Pip finds Jamie, and Jamie says, go there, go there. And so Pip goes to the old farm building to talk to I don't remember his name, Stanley. And I think, was it Stanley? I don't remember. And then, yeah, it ended up being a really traumatic experience. I absolutely love the book. I love the series, which is why I got it in the special edition, obviously. Then I read Greek Myths, which was an amazing book. I loved it. But funny thing is, what I figured out of this book. This is a Barnes and Noble book. Barnes and Noble, New York. So can someone tell me how I have never been in America or any English speaking country for that matter, and how this book was in a Dutch bookstore? Explain to me how a Barnes and Noble book ended up in a Dutch bookstore. Anyway, it's a beautiful copy. I love it. And it's basically about a lot of six different stories of Greek mythology. It's actually really short. It might not look short, but it's not even. It's like 202 pages. And I eventually did skip some parts because I was only interested in the stories itself and not the stories from the book. So I did not read everything, but I read most. Then I read the third book in the Chestnut Spring series, Powerless, which is about Jasper and Sloane. It's basically, they were friends as children, and Sloane had a crush on him, always had, but Jasper never reciprocated those feelings, and then Sloane was going to get married, which I don't know if she actually wanted that. Something happened, she did not want to get married anymore, and Jasper helped her, and then romance blossomed. So then we have Reckless, which is about Theo, and I think Winter. Wait, hold up. And Winter, yeah. And Winter is Summer's sister, and Summer and Winter will reconnect, and yeah, and then Winter and. Or was this the one with the... No, I don't remember which one was with the marriage. But anyway, it was an amazing book. It was a romance, and I loved it. Small town, cowboy romance. It was awesome. I loved it. And the last book I read in February was Hopeless, which is the last book in the Chestnut Spring series. And it is about Bo and... Who was her name? Bo and Bailey, and I think this was my favorite. I don't know. I really like this book. And then we obviously still have March, and I read 2 books in March, but I'm not going to count them with the 50 reading goal. So they will only make like little appearances because they're library books, and it's a whole thing though. And those are the first 2 books of the Twin Crowns trilogy. I'm currently reading the 3rd book, but Twin Crowns and Cursed Crowns. And in this book, Rose and Ren realize they are twins. Well, Ren already knows, but Rose didn't. So Rose grew up as a princess, and Ren grew up somewhere else. With witches, and Rose didn't even know she was a witch, but Rose is a witch. And then in this book, I don't remember what happens in this book. Yeah, I don't remember. So I think a curse. I think Ren performs a blood curse, which now their ancestor Unag is alive again, which he should not be. So that was basically the video. I'm gonna go edit this and then post it. So yeah, I might focus more on like shorts or something. I don't know yet, but I'll figure something out. So yeah, bye guys.